Appreciate everyone that's tuning in again. The Suedes Report podcast. You already know who it is. It's your boy Mikey. Do your boy a favor. Hit that like button one time for your boy. Hit that subscribe button one time for your boy. I appreciate all my day oneers. I've been rocking with me since the birth of the 90s party line every single Friday night, all the way to the Super Love Jam. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Also to all the members only that have been tripping out on those videos and the members only. Yeah. Those videos are a trip, bullets flying by head and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, if you're into that nitty and gritty and grimy and really want those, I put those in the members only. The reason I do that is because it can be seen as glorification and romanticization, and I don't get down like that. So that just is what it is. And so let's go ahead and get into this very tragic story. So the only reason I'm doing this on the back end, not on the front end, is because I think this is a really good tale of caution over to the youngsters. We've been seeing now for about what is it, a week and a half, 2 weeks. We've been seeing just so many news articles, media articles in regards to a young Chicano that lost his life out of Los Angeles, that goes by the moniker, his artist name, Suede, Moneysign Suede. Suede, that's a long name, you know. And so rest in peace over to him. My deepest condolences over to La Familia y La Mamá que mire que she posted something on social media. So that's what I was really waiting on the back end to do the video, because, you know, if I did one the first day, then a new detail the second day, new detail the third day, new detail the fourth day. I'd rather give you one video that's very all encompassing. And just like I titled this video, I spoke with a correctional officer at CTF. Now, your boy Mikey gets around. I've been blessed that in the second half of my life, which is the best half of my life, you know, the first half was a lot of tears and a lot of years. I've been rubbing elbows and just socializing, just living life, man, living life. And so the life has taken me to circles that I never thought I would be in, but I never put a limit on myself mentally, thinking I can't be in these circles. And I'm talking about doing high-end weddings, high-end events, going with people just what you would call upper class, upper social people, right? And so a lot of people that I know are just in different industries. I know about maybe 3 correctional officers at CTF. I know maybe 3 or 4 also at Salinas Valley. And so shout out to Big Rick, who just retired from Salinas Valley, which is, man, one of the toughest beats in the state. So shout out to you, Big Rick. Enjoy your time fishing in ese pinche barco way. Those are serious, serious goals. Sas. And so I'm not going to go ahead and say the name of the officer, but let's go ahead and just talk about what the video is about. A 22-year-old artist that lost his life out of Los Angeles. This is not hearsay. I'm not just repeating, regurgitating what other people had said. The word on the street is rumors. It's just like a rumor. This person said because he's a rapper or this and that. All of that is rumors. The only thing I'm ever going to be speaking on is what I see, and what I see on the wood. That means on paper, physically with my own eyes. And then I'm going to let you know what this correctional officer told me. So what I've seen so far, and almost everything has come out, is that, man, I didn't like the fact with the girlfriend. She was posting almost every single letter that the individual wrote to her from behind the walls on social media. Okay, I saw a video that showed letter by letter by letter by letter on her IG story. So we know that the IG story, at least she maybe had a little bit of sense. But I mean, all it takes is one visual, a millisecond of a visual and screenshot, and it's pretty much immortalized, right? So I saw one video that had all of the letters that she was sending him, and you know, they didn't let him breathe. They did not let that young man breathe, who had a very promising career. They didn't let him breathe. What I mean by they didn't let him breathe was immediately when he got to the reception center, again, the C file. the C file inside of prisons has everything. It's not just gonna have, something when they just pull up to your prison at that piece. No, it's gonna have from the day he stepped into reception, which to him was in Wasco, and I believe he was in a dorm in Wasco. I saw some of that paperwork. What I mean by they didn't let him breathe is he basically got packed out. He got packed out as soon as he got to Wasco. The hate was real, and the exploitation was real. All of these things have come out in these letters. Again, I saw all the letters. A girlfriend. I totally disagree with her ignorance in what she didn't know, what was probably very, very instrumental in his demise. Posting all of his letters on social media, and then you have the last letter. For what? For what would you do that? That kind of pisses me off. What would you do that for other than for clout? Clout. Clout is a motherfucker, man. If you don't know what clout is, I didn't know what clout was until maybe last year, or I'm new school. I was raised a little bit different, and I'm glad. And so I that has never, it boggles me how clout is another word for attention. It boggles me how people would seek that as like if they're getting a fix or something like that. And I know it's very normal. Hey, I got a brand new Lambo. Let me take a picture. I got this and that. Um, I guess I'm just cut from a different cloth. A lot of the ways I was schooled when I was growing up is still in my character now. And that's why you never heard me talk about the intricate stories. Or if you didn't know, if I ever did an interview like on YouTube Landia and stuff like that, every single time I've told the person there's limits to this interview, and it just is what it is, and they never question why. And that's because I guess that's just the way I was schooled, and that's what I was raised. um so yeah, it's never come to my mind like, hey, let me take a picture of me sitting at the water bar in Cabo and the sunset. And para mí eso es presumir. To each his own. I'm not judging any. I'm the last motherfucker that's gonna judge anyone. You do what you fucking do. If you want to record your life live, 24/7, 368, record your life live. You have that right. I'm just saying I was cut from a little bit of a different cloth. And but anyways, so yeah, her posting a lot of his letters in there, and then those letters that had certain, had his tribulations that he was going through, getting put in the hole immediately in reception center. I mean, the exploitation was real. So I don't agree with that. But let's go ahead and fast forward ahead. There was more than one altercation on record, from what I was told from a very, very reliable source. Again, you're talking about correctional officers that are brass and execs, right? I'm not here to do the one times work. I'm not even here to say who did it, how it, or whatever. They can do that on their own end, right? But it's a cold game for the youngsters. It's a cold game that he signed a deal with Atlantic Records, huge record label. As soon as the young man would have touched down, he would have hit the ground running. Now, I'm not comparing him to Tupac, so don't get it twisted when I say this, but I'm comparing him to Tupac in this sense. As soon as Tupac got out, what did he do? 13 months or 16 months on a 3-year case or 5-year case. As soon as he touched down and they pulled him over to Death Row Records, he hit the ground running. And that's what I believe this youngster would have done. Now, it's also a shame on the opposite side of the coin. It's also a damn shame. I know a lot of youngsters that had very promising rap careers that could have made it that far, even to the highest level, but the streets ate them up, because the streets are cold and the streets have absolutely zero love for you. You have love for the streets, but the streets have zero love for you, will backstab you, will betray you. And then the 5, 10 years later, if you get a chance to come back out to the streets, they'll be there to embrace you. And we won't even think twice about what the streets did to us and how cold they did to us. And mom's passed and pops passed, or nothing like that, or how they just, it was a lot of wasted years. But I believe the youngster would have hit the ground running just like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Yes, I know. Here it is. Yes, I know that immediately when he hit reception center, it was already a 3-on-1. They already packed him out. And then yes, there was another incident, but my partner couldn't remember exactly what penitentiary that was, where the same thing happened again. The same thing happened again. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're gonna be used just like in real life. People will use you only and be friends with you only if they can benefit from you. If they can't benefit from you, you might be expendable, which means if he hit the dirt in their eye, and the program keeps moving. That's a cold situation, man. That's a really, really cold situation. Again, the last letter, she put it out there. This time she already took it down, but it was more of a, it wasn't a story, it was a post. She put the last letter out for what? This girl, for likes, for comments. I'm sure there are videos. I haven't researched it, but I'm sure there are videos blaming the girlfriend because maybe the girlfriend didn't know. He's talking about my back's against the wall. They say I'm all good, but I don't know. The hate is real. It's a cold world. Why is she putting that out there? Why isn't she just going to the mom and saying, you know what, this is the situation? And then they head over there and see what the situation is. And I put myself in that youngster situation. I've been in that youngster situation, and I'm glad it was in the old school days. Not well, I mean, right around the late 90s to early 2000s. I want to say old school because that's really new school. If you were born around that time, you're pretty much considered a Gen Zer in your new school. But I went around that time, right? 99 to '05, right? And I understand what he was talking about. I gotta keep it solid. He had a rap career. What was he gonna do? If he would have locked, so back in the day, it was either mainline or go with the rats. That's what it was. It was no more fucking complicated than that. No, no, SNY. What the hell is that? No, no, DOs and all this. No, 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 no. You're gonna go to the mainline or you're gonna go with the rats. That's it, right? Anyways, I understand what he said about keeping it solid, but this might be the end of me. I understand his back was against the wall. What was he gonna do? Lay it all down for his safety and then live a Takashi kind of life, but he would have had to take his family, disappear, change his name, join the WITSEC program, or whatever it is, or keep it solid, or keep it solid. Let me tell you what keeping solid means. Keeping it solid means this. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Keeping it solid means you being away from your family. You can have that. Keeping it solid means doing years without seeing your kids grow up. You can have that. Keeping it solid means I I believe I'm tough and I'm staring at a cement wall while my family is out there lacking, struggling, and falling apart. You can fucking have that. You can take that to the bank. I mean, you can keep that in your pocket. But anyways, so I understand though. I understand. So people that want to make a career of it, I'm not knocking it. I've been there and I've done that, and I did that with my chin high to the sky. But now that I look back at it, what a waste of time. So he goes to the hole in CTF. And so CTF is a minimum level, it's like a 1 or 2. So he went to Wasco. I don't know if that's, it might be just a reception, but these are minimum levels. That's why the program is so long. When I found out, oh, he got stabbed, but it was like, they found him at the evening count. Oh, that's one of those places that just has all day. I've heard about them. I never been on a 1 or 2. I started on a 3 and only went up. And so I heard about those places. They have inlines and outlines and all day and stuff like that. And so maybe that was the reason when he got to Wasco that they packed him out, because you already know you can't just do that. You can't just do that. That has to be approved or circulated through a kite, if depending where you're at. But if you on a 1, maybe I never been on one, or a 2, maybe I never been on one. Maybe it's more of a little animal house. Maybe it's handle your business. And you still got your fellas and you still under that, but maybe it's like to each his own. This is what we do here. Who knows how they broke it down, but and then it went over to CTF. Same situation happened. So when I found out it was at the end of the night, I'm like, okay, it's like a 1 or 2 facility, because there ain't no program after what is it after three on a three or a four? But anyways, it's a sad situation. Yes, multiple, not just one, multiple attacks before he had to, in his own words, keep it solid, but felt the end was coming. What a damn shame, man. Hit that like button one time for your boy. Hit the subscribe. Tell the caution over to the youngsters. You will get used and you will get abused, just like on that video. 2 life sentences before 21 years of age. I posted a picture of the young man with permission from the dad. I ran into him in February at a wedding in the members only, blasted back. And, that's all they knew. We had them fighting, we had them groomed up, and that's all they knew. And we taught them that eat, sleep, and breathe the block. And at the end of the day, the block don't pay you a damn thing or don't do one thing for you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Don't forget what I always say, the most important thing, realize this before you check out of this life. In the end, all you got is the memories.